Hi everyone, I'm Amanda Hebert Hughes. I'm an openly autistic painter and the founder of sensory-gated art. Sensory-gated art is a new genre. It's a carefully curated selection of clean lines, colors, and textures, strategically removing sensory overload stimuli and creating a calm, enriching sensory experience. If you have a few minutes, I would love to show you what's been on my easel. Come on in. In preparation for an upcoming fall exhibit, I decided to help visitors grasp the concept of my new genre by turning famous paintings into sensory-gated art. To include my followers and sensory-gated art enthusiasts, I made a poll on social media, allowing them to vote on what famous piece I should start with. Monet's water lilies won by a fair margin. Claude Monet actually did several paintings of water lilies. I imagine the water lilies being commonplace in his surroundings, therefore his subjects. His dedication to them really speaks to me of his dedication as an artist. You know, perfecting the craft was his goal even if it required repetition. I selected this particular piece of Monet's water lilies collection to turn into sensory-gated art. The reason for that is I felt that it best captured his overall work and accomplishments on the water lilies themselves. So now, this piece is my subject, and you want to know how I turned it into sensory-gated art. You may or may not notice that there is a lot going on in Monet's painting, and whether you notice it or not is actually determined by how you sensory-gate. That is, filter out the important information from the unimportant information. Now, most people do sensory gating automatically, that is, subconsciously. However, in other cases, there are people who cannot or do not sensory gate automatically or as efficiently. They have to do so consciously, otherwise they risk sensory overload. This is common in autistic minds and other neurodivergent minds. We are constantly taking in an incredible amount of information. And finally, even neurotypical minds that are unusually active due to stress can experience sensory overload as well, and sensory gating requires conscious work. Now, why do we love sensory gated art? Because this process is done for you. Whether you're neurodivergent or stressed or just love to see things from a different perspective, this is a new way of painting, and it's for your benefit and your enjoyment, no matter who you are. Back to Monet's water lilies. My intentional sensory gating process began with the light, just like Monet, the water. I knew that the light was interacting with the blue water, and Monet put in several shades of blue-green, dark blue, white, gray, and many more. I wanted to sensory gate all those colors to one main character, light and water, so light blue. And the eye carried me down Monet's painting from the top left to the bottom right. So that is how I charted my course using two symbiotic shades of light blue. The water lilies are obviously intended to be the main characters of this piece, so I decided to frame the light with them. You'll notice two left to right lilies framing the water at the top, and a balanced 3 more lilies framing the bottom. Now, for those of you who sensory gate automatically, you probably think that there is more water in Monet's painting than anything else. So you see predominantly blue. That's because you know that this scene is taking place fully on the water. Your brain is telling you what it thinks it sees automatically. But my mind doesn't assume anything about what I see. I see literally what is in front of me, and technically, there are so many lily pads in Monet's painting that there is actually more surface area involving green than anything else. So when I mixed a blue shade that perfectly matched the bluest blue in Monet's painting, the clash with the lily pad green was way too strong. After all, you have to be an artist to create sensory-gated art that is pleasing to the eye. It's not just all logic. Instead, to split the difference, I mixed nearly all the remaining colors in the piece to frame the final outside sections with what ended up being a dark green blue. So now, instead of seeing a countless number of colors, I have sensory-gated the color palette for you, and you can now enjoy a relaxing and cohesive silhouette of Monet's water lilies. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial on the making of sensory-gated art. Find me on Patreon for exclusive content. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on alerts. To commission your own original painting of sensory-gated art, you can contact me directly by one of the offered methods on my website's contact page. Thank you for bringing me and sensory-gated art into your world.